One bullet will be enough.
Hey guys, it's me. It's your boy Midnight. It's a busy week, tight schedule, but today I stood up extra early to provide you with a deck I recently had really fun with on ladder. We're playing some Alpha Legion, I think, one of the most hated factions in the game because they're also uninteractive. You kind of play your own game while the enemy just watches. But yeah, if you read the Alpha Legion books from the Heresy series, so it's just one book so far, what I've read. And then you find them in-game, you will realize, wow, that's a really cool in-game implementation. They're quite unique. They interact with the enemy hand size, they infiltrate the enemy stack and so on with traps. They punish poor unit placement, so they kinda have their own unique playstyle. They don't rely on direct damage that much in attacks. So I think this is simply very cool in-game that it is like in the books, so they're not very straightforward in winning, you know. But anyway, what's the Alpha Legion about? The deck infiltration is in form of traps. So traps are special cards which you can generate or put in the deck. They are collectible. They are for traps, enemy within. So when this card is drawn, it deals 5 damage to the enemy Warlord. You generate a trap and put it in the enemy deck. This costs energy, or you generate them for raw energy and let them in your hand. So 5 damage, draw 3 cards, destroy a random enemy troop, and stun all your units. So this happens randomly. This is also one of the first builds usually Alpha Legion goes for. I wouldn't suggest it because it's simply like playing a slot machine. Since you don't interact with the board at all usually, just spam traps and hope that your opponent draws them. Then they also have a lot of synergy with hand size. So you want your opponent to draw a lot of stuns. And also they're Warlords. So we have 4 Warlords, yes, but they all start as Alpha Legionnaire. So your opponent doesn't know what Warlord you're playing. You're always playing as Alpha Legionnaire. That's this guy. They all have 35 health, even if you're starting Self-Harriers, medium initiative, and the ability to create a random trap in your hand. So yeah, that's basically it. As a brief overview, they have, as mentioned, a lot of stuns, the traps, some stealthy guys. Like most of the pool, you won't see it. We play also a really specific build here, so yeah. There are many ways to play Alpha Legion as mentioned. So first of all, the trap build I talked about, not the most effective one in my opinion. Then you also have the simple mid-range stuff, so you just capitalize on your opponent drawing cards, and as mentioned, they have a lot of cards which have draw synergy, like these dudes, or Fortronus Veterans, Headhunter Squad, and so on. Just a mid-range build. Make your opponent draw cards, build up a board with effective units, and then finish it off with a harrowing. Then you also got a Pale Spear combo decks. This is basically, I don't like that much either because it just revolves around one card. Pale Spears, so deal 1 damage to a random enemy when you draw a card. And then you put like Orbital Base in your head deck. This is this one, so you shuffle your whole hand in your deck and redraw it again. So this can make like 8-9 damage in one turn with Pale Spear. And also like, what's it called, Into the Warp or something? Yeah, this one. You also put that one into your hand, into your deck, so this redraws 4 cards for 1 energy. So yeah, those are 3 builds, but we are playing Exodus and we are playing a quite gimmicky build, in my opinion. We are playing a Serpent Squad combo deck. So that's the deck. I play Exodus because I think Exodus is the probably one of the most effective ones of the Alpha Legion currently, because he can first of all stall for a turn. If he reveals his secret identity, he gets stealth for a turn and draws a card. And second of all, because his ability is bonkers, you can finish your enemy off with it. So yeah, what's this deck about? This deck is about Serpent Squad. These are these dudes, 5 energy, 5/5, plus slumpers from when you gain a tactic. And then we want to escape vent them and play a lot of traps. So yes, traps are a part of this build. But we don't want to spam them mindlessly. We want to stay as Alpha Legionnaire at the start of the game. We want to generate some traps, so basically play on 1 maintenance, then just draw some cards, keep some control of the board, maybe drop a Ghost Legionary to destruct our opponent. And then we just drop our Serpent Squad, escape vent it, hope that it survives, play a shit ton of traps, and then hope that our opponent can deal with this crap. And besides that, we have our usual Alpha Legion stuff, like all the Lambda Thunderhogs, stuns, the harrowing, of course, Oculin score, Ortilin score, sorry. But yeah, let's get over the cards. So, Exodus, as mentioned, you want to reveal your identity only on 3 occasions. The first occasion is you want to stall a turn as mentioned. You want to stealth up so your opponent can't attack you. Second of all, you're desperate for a card draw. The secret identity draws a card. And third of all, if you want to set up lethal with your siege ability, so if you know that you can kill your opponent the next turn with a huge shot. Then we got Escape Vent. We got 2 Escape Vent targets for this deck, well effectively 3, but the first one is Ghost Legionary, so Ghost Legionary is best paired, for example, with Licticio Divinatus, so your opponent draws an extra card, so he goes into a 4-5. If you stealth him, he can be difficult to get rid of and a really annoying troop. For 3 energy, I think that he provides great value. And as mentioned, of course, the Serpent Squad. When you play Escape Vent on them on 5 energy, they already become a 6-6 because, well, Escape Vent is a tactic. Another target is maybe Auto and Score, so that he doesn't get hard removed. I mean, it's a 9-9, so in some occasions, if you play him, Escape Venting him, if you got it in hand, and don't expect to draw a Serpent Squad soon, I think you can also Escape Vent them. Then we get Willing Sight. This only got its purpose because this is a 0 energy tactic, and we want to play more stuff in one turn when we get our Serpent Squad out. And besides that, since we can often have a pretty good hand size, this card can come in really handy. So Command Bridge, well, this draws a card. This is good for us, we have card draw synergies like the Pale Spear. And second of all, we really want to fish for Escape Vents, or early game we want to fish for Asteroid Belts, if you're up to reveal one of many, or of course the late game Harrowing. Also Pale Spear is kind of a more or less vital card. Then we got Wide Engagement, again just a really cheap tactic which draws us a card. We have a really high tactic ratio, simply because of this deck build, so this will almost always deal 2 damage to the enemy world and draw you a card. Then we got Overslider. This got 2 purposes here again, just drawing a card, cycling through your deck, fishing for those combo pieces, or sometimes you want to refill 2 energy. Like healing 2, I think I never use it in this deck. Then Licticio. I think this card goes in any Alpha Legion deck, simply because the downside of this card is your opponent also draws a card, but here it isn't a downside. You want your opponent to draw cards as Alpha Legion because of the Harrowing, because of Ghost Legionaries. I also wouldn't mindlessly drop this card. I usually want to play it along with Pale Spear, or when I have a Ghost Legionary on my board. Then Ambassador Melgator. I think he goes well in Alpha Legion decks simply because, again, he increases the hand size of your opponent. He plays something, you bounce it back to your hand, and their hand grows bigger, so bigger Harrowing for us. Then LF0 Veterans, this is just vanilla through 3, which stuns an enemy. Not much to say here, I think it's just a really good value troop. And then we got Ghost Legionary, so as mentioned, our first target for the Escape Vents. You can of course play them on 3 energy, they become a 3-4 on the next turn, quite easily to get dealt with. I always try to pair them with Licticio Divinatus, so they become at least a 4-5. Not much to say here, so I think it's just a good troop, it's just a distraction. I wanted to have something besides Serpent Squad, which is a threat, and with these guys can come in really handy. If your opponent can deal with them, sometimes they can become a real menace. Especially if your opponent has Seeds of Betrayal in the deck and happens to draw it as a trap which draws 3 cards. And for Network, as usual, my anti-stealth tech of choice. Then Asteroids Belt. I think this also goes in almost every Alpha Legion deck simply because the Alpha Legion counterattack makes your next tactic costs 1 less. So you can play Asteroids Belt on turn 1 already. Also, we want to ramp into our Harrowing as soon as possible because this is kind of a key card for every Alpha Legion deck. And, well, one of our win conditions is the Serpent Squad, which is a 5 energy card. So playing a belt enables us to play them already in the next turn. Then one of many. I think this is also a very good card. If you reveal a bit too early, you can play this and go back into Alpha Legionnaire. So you also heal 5. If you're playing as, if you got the identity of this 30 HP guy, Dynat or whatever he's called, and you're at 30 HP and you play this card, you still heal for 5 because Alpha Legionary is a 35 HP Warlord. And even if you are full health as Dynat, you play this card, you transform first, and then you heal 5. So keep that in mind. And you can also play this card if you're already Alpha Legionnaire, then you just get a second secret energy in your hand. This can be any of the 4 Alpha Legion Warlords, so you can even get Altharius, play Altharius, heal for 5, and then get the secret twin in your hand. Pretty cool card, very annoying for your opponent sometimes, because as mentioned, if you're getting Altharius from it, it basically heals for 10. Then Pale Spear. This is a less reliable Medusan Carpus, but since we got a lot of card draw, this can get out of hand, especially good with Licticio Divinatus, of course. And yeah, I don't think that goes in any Alpha Legion deck. Of course in the orbital base builds and so on. But here at Twixpiller, because I mentioned we got a lot of card draw, I just like this card. As mentioned, it helped me a lot sometimes. Then Lambda Thunderhog, I think this card is completely busted for a common. Deals 4 damage for 5, which is not that great, but it stuns the target and adjacent units. This is very good for Alpha Legion. For example, if your opponent plays 2 troops besides him, so adjacent to him, you just throw it on the opponent, you don't care, it's face damage. We kinda want the face damage. So yeah, this also punishes poor positioning. I really love this card. So again, Serpent Squad, I don't think there's much to explain here. This is one of our win conditions. Try to pair them with Escape Vent, or if you don't have Escape Vent in your hand, just throw Licticio in or something and then over a drilling site. Just get them as big as possible in one turn. If you play them on 5 energy, just make sure that you have an Escape Vent to protect them. Instrument, one of those cards which punishes really poor placement. It stuns a unit and deals a detector to adjacent units. So you need a bit of deck knowledge for this card to use effectively. You need to know what your opponent plays and what doesn't. And of course, if you can punish sloppy placement, go ahead. Sometimes this card is useless, but most of the time it can be devastating. Then Auto and Score. This is a really sick legendary again. 9 energy, 9/9, already really good stats. He deals 3 energy more on rally and stuns all enemy troops. So he disables his board for a whole turn. Again, one of the targets for Escape Vent, simply because he's a huge fella. And if you get Harrowing and him in hand, I always suggest to play Score first. So you stun the enemy board and your opponent then can't interact with it. And then you follow up with the Harrowing. So it doubles the effectiveness of Harrowing. It's a huge troop. I think he also goes in any Alpha Legion deck. So that's the deck. I hope it explains it a bit how to play it. As mentioned, this deck isn't really easy to pilot in my opinion, as all Alpha Legion decks. It's counterintuitive. So yeah, but you can get the hang of it. You really need to think about the matchup and so on. But anyway, as usual, if you don't agree with me on any card selections here, or you are missing some cards, here are some more cards which you can use for this deck. Camilarus Squad. This is simply draw 2 cards. So your opponent draws 1, you draw 1. This is really good. This is good with Pale Spear, this is good with Ghost Legionary. I think they work well in any Alpha Legion deck. They provide a little body, but currently I wouldn't suggest playing them because of Kroll, and they are basically free food for Kroll. That's why I skipped them. So then for Camilarus Veterans, I didn't include them here because the stun is conditional and we are not very good with filling our opponent's hand. The only cards are basically Licticio Divinatus and Ambassador Melchior, which fills the enemy's hand here. But in other Alpha Legion decks, I think they all go in. The 2 damage is also nice, even if we don't get the stun proc. Then Headhunters, same principle. I didn't include them because we don't have that much hand-filling synergy here. But it's a very good troop, even if you play it vanilla without the stealth. But as mentioned, it's probably better in some other cards. And on our 5-drop spot, we already got the Serpent Squad. And then the Camilarus Veterans, no, the Camilarus Terminators they're called. Also a very good troop in my opinion. They are like the LF0 veterans on steroids. So they are 6/8 for 7 energy and they stun something. And then you can also repeatedly stun something for 2 energy. The ability is not that vital because they have a very good body. You actually want to hit with them. Very good late gun threat. Then some neutral cards. We got Inner Sanctum. This is basically Camilarus Squad, the tactic. Why I would play it over Camilarus currently is again because of Kroll. And in this deck because it's a tactic, and we want to play tactics because of Serpent Squad. So the card itself is kinda useless though, because yes, you can choose a card from the enemy's hand. It's random though. You want to choose something which they would have played on curve. So you choose it, it gets back to deck, and then they have 2 more draws. So it's very likely that they just redraw it. I don't think there's any deck that includes this card currently. Except maybe Alpha Legion, because as mentioned, why we would want to play this card is simply because it draws a card for us and for our opponent. Then Ravage City. You can play it instead of an Alpha Slider, for example. It helps against Knights, against Perturabo. But yeah, it's very situational, and Alpha Slider has some more purposes than just drawing a card, so... But maybe if you can play it along for Alpha Slider, it could be cool. So yeah, take a look if you can include it. Crucial choice, I think this goes in any deck right now. Here I just didn't find the spot. Well, we got board clears, we got a huge finisher, like Warlord buffs, Warlord weapons. but not really needed here, so yeah, I'm not really sure if I would profit that much from this card. Sure, like a pirate raid would be pretty cool, I guess. But other than that, I think Crucial Choice here is just a 2 energy tempo loss. Yeah, sure, we can get something crazy, but usually we can, as mentioned, we have a board clears, we have the finishes, and this is usually what I want to look for when I'm playing Crucial Choice. And yeah, Warlord buffs like Warlord weapons, maybe something with Bloodthirst would be really insane on Exodus, but besides that, yeah, it's too much RNG to include here, I think. And then at last but not least I got Demoralized Militia. This is 2 energy, 3/3, with the downside that on Backlash your opponent draws a card, but as I mentioned, like with Tissue Divinatus, your opponent drawing cards for the Alpha Legion is good if you can follow them up with the Ghost Legionary. So I think worth of an inclusion, but here we have a slightly different game plan. So I hope this gives you a brief overview of your deck. I repeat again, this is not a very easy deck to pilot, not very beginner friendly. You need to know your matchups, you need to know what you're doing, and the Alpha Legion, also as mentioned, is not the very straightforward and intuitive faction. But nonetheless, I would say, let's see the deck in action. Magnus. This is probably the... what's it called? The Solar Auxilia deck everyone's running currently. I'm giving the Ghost, just to annoy him. And we get a pretty good starting hand here in my opinion. So yeah, I will probably just play a trap turn 1. He's not fitting face, okay. And a Serpent Squad. Well, now I just need a... what's it called? Now I just need a... escape vent. Heresy is a bit of a risky play against Magnus. But I still have to do it. So yeah, Tail Spear. I'm not gonna attack here. I want him to attack into me. And next time I can Ghost Legionary into Tissue. And also Patero to reveal our identity yet. Okay. Yeah, as usual. This deck really pisses me off, to be honest. Okay, we get one good hit. And... do I want to draw a card here? Probably not. Let's stay as Alpha Legionary for a bit. And here goes his tactics. But you got a Nation Blow here, so the card draw doesn't matter. Okay, so we're down at 20. I don't want to play the Serpent Squad yet. To be honest, I want to play... like Harrowing, is it good here? I probably want to Thunderhog first. And then I just heal up.
We are Legion.
And hit here. So next time I can try something with Serpent Squad maybe. Pech is not so good. So yeah, next time I can try something with Serpent Squad. I still got no escape vents. So here's a Harrowing. I'm just gonna generate a trap and stun them here. Well, let's actually reveal identity here. I really want the card draw. Score doesn't do much. I could like belt next turn. Bond Raymond. Who runs that? Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's actually see what is that. When attacking a troop, swap places with a troop instead. That doesn't do much here. I'm just gonna belt. Enemy within. And I'm gonna stealth up here.
Exodus in position.
Okay, this should be enough. Horned Raymond and Magnus, dude. Holy crap. Okay. Here's the escape vent. Bit late. I'm gonna place Kono. And escape vent him, so he stays alive. So Horned Raymond actually helps him here a lot. But who the hell plays this card? Jesus Christ. Starsight is really good, sure, go ahead. So I need to hit him with my Pale Spear, please. No. I'm gonna try it again with the Alva Slider. Perfect. So harrowing. And smack him. So yeah, next turn I need to hit him with the Pale Spear again, so I can finish him off with my ability here. Yeah, typical. Yeah, I don't think my...
Nothing of what happened here matters.
Why are you... Why is he conceding? I didn't have it. Well, I'll take it. So yeah, not much Serpent Squad action here, but we still pulled it off pretty nicely. Shapura, okay. Don't see that dude that often. I'm going second. Is he medium initiative? So he's low. Inferior game knowledge. But I can bell turn one. That's pretty cool.
We are Legion. Ours
Sure.
is the vigil that must never end.
Starting off with a crucial choice. And there's someone at the door. That's what happens when someone rings the bell in my flat. Complete chaos. Oh my god, he's playing Solar Exilia as well. Okay, I need to go to the door real quick. Alright, I'm back. Let's just play a Serpent Squad here. And play a trap. What did he do last turn? I didn't see it. Play some Legendary Tactic or something? Oh no, he belted up as well, right? No, Ben supplies. I'm going second, right? Burnus. Already Burnus. Okay. Yeah, well, I got another Serpent Squad here. My boy. I probably want to hit face here. Not gonna reveal yet though. Preternatural skill. Alright. Cool. Straw first. I'm just gonna kill it here. Could have done it earlier. Oh, let's draw more. And the drilling site. Yeah, that doesn't do much, so I'm just gonna generate a trap for your identity here.
Exodus in position.
Play a trap and dentist suit. Okay. Let's see. Another preternatural skill. Okay. And the Kai's Lane. What's that? Okay, he's not the same. Yeah, let's draw first. I think I'm just gonna play score here. Because why not? And another vent. So, unless he has something really cool from Crucial Choice, I'm done. Telemon. Okay. Telemon is terrible. So probably Informant first. Ghost. Snipe. And slam him for 15. Hydra Dominatus. Doesn't do much, but draws 2. So what else could you have? He had the instrument, Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Alright. Now that went really well. I think this game showcased the deck the best because I had a really good draw here. Oh, Crow. Everyone's favorite Warlord. I got Escape Vent and Serpent Squad. This is going to be cool. I'm gonna keep that. Only getting those boys. I want something to play earlier. Maybe a Pale Spear or a belt. Perfect.
We are Legion.
Well,
Only in
almost perfect.
silence one can hear the truth.
Another sweaty crawl. Let's see if we can do it. She's not face bashing, interesting. Just Legionary. Okay. I don't know if I want to play him next turn already. Yeah, you can keep the star set. Here's the belt. Or actually, I don't want him to get any Thunderhogs or something. That's fine. Okay. So let's do it. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm not salty. I'm not salty. Oh, it's fucking... Drew back into command bridge into Steel Talonhawk. Oh god, I hate this game. And I hate this Warlord. He's also very likely to get Reckoning. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Serpent Squad. Don't fail me this time, please. Okay. Let's hope it works this time. Yes, please. And the second Steel Talonhawk. How unlucky am I? This is unreal.
Legion.
Oh god. Like, if I still win this, this would be hilarious, but it's looking really bad, to be honest. Oh god, I'm so... Sorry for not talking, but I'm just so enraged by this bullshit this person is playing. Oh god.
We are Legion.
Okay. No, this is getting silly. Do I want to face bash? Probably. So that's an Alpha Legionnaire with can he still transform into Crow? He can, right? What is that? Place this. Yeah, let's just dump our hand.
Exodus in position.
Let's just play it here. It doesn't matter. Am I really still winning this? No way, right? It's pretty cool that you got one of many from it though. Oh, you have these two steel Talonhogs. And the fucking seats. Right. And I thought it was okay, and then it wasn't. Oh, fuck. So no matter if I'm winning or not, I'm suddenly including this game because this is so bullshit. Okay. You got to go.
Hydra Dominatus.
Okay, bro, you need to heal. Or one bullet will be enough.
The secret will die.
Still won. How? Holy fuck. I was so unlucky. Oh my god. Okay, I think this is a great ending for this video because it's not getting cooler than this game, and also last game kinda highlighted the strategy of this game, if not the fucking Steel Talonhogs, but still we finished it off with a nice harrowing. Score, harrowing and sniper combo. It was pretty cool. Okay, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this gave you a little idea of how to play the deck. I don't think from watching the video you will learn to play the deck. I think you need to try it out yourself. I mentioned it's a little bit of counterintuitive, and you need to decide for yourself how to play certain matchups. But after a couple of games you will certainly get into the flow, and I had a lot of fun with this deck. So maybe you will have too. And anyway, if you want to see more deck guides, some community requests, check out my channel. Regarding the community requests, feel free to comment below if you want to see any certain warlord you want to make me work on ladder or something. And also there's the current games of the World Cup uploaded around 7 or 8, I'm not quite sure because we skipped one, like a bye-bye phase. Around 7 or 8 should be coming up sooner or later, and until then, I hope to see you. Midnight out.